I lost you all on that one. Not quite sure where. I was busy chattering away. So we'll give it a minute for a few people to join. And then if you can let me know where I was up to and what I need to repeat. Well, not repeat, because you won't have heard it in the first place if we froze. Hey, Dow, should we go for a wander down the long field? Yeah? We'll wait for a few more people to get back to us. We'll just have a little amble down here. Hi, Diane. Hi, Nancy. So if you can let me know where you heard up to, then I'll know what I need to repeat. Hi, Monique. You lost me at the gate. Oh, my goodness. So everything I told you about the pipeline, you missed. Oh, well. Oh, well, never mind. It doesn't matter. It's probably not a massive amount of interest to all of you about the pipeline. We just need to get the girls' turnout area done. Maybe once we get back down that end, I can tell you a little bit more. So, did you hear me say about the fact that Gareth had come from Cadent? And I posted some of that and a summary of what he said in the vlog that went up Tuesday morning. And then we had Graham come today, also commonly known around here as Joe 90, lovely guy. He was great fun. Used to live round here, I believe has lots of stories to tell, so that might be quite entertaining. And he's come and marked the whole area out, which I will show you when we get back down to the other end. But for now, let's just go and have a nice little leg stretch through this field. So this is the long field where we got the rest of our haylage from. That over there is the barn field where the other girls are. Dow, what do you want to do? Do you want to... Hold on, let me adjust my reins. There we go. Oh, you lost me at Hidden Hero. Oh gosh, you did lose me early. I was there talking away to myself for ages then. Oh well. Oh, Dow, should we go and have a little trot? Let's have a little trot. I might have to take my glasses off, sweetheart. Go on, I'll let you have your head in the air. I wouldn't usually. What are you busy looking at? Eh? Oh, well, at least Doutzen knows all about the pipeline and it being marked out and how deep it is. And the fact that they're making us get extra bog mats, I think they're called, for the vehicles to drive over, just to protect it, because if it gets damaged, then it could cost millions to repair it. If we went through it, there'd be an explosion, but it is deep enough. And it's deeper than Gareth thought it was yesterday, because apparently it's only supposed to be 1.1 metre deep, but it's 1.7, 1.8 in places, as Joe 90 very kindly told me today. But they still want us to have these bog mats. But hopefully it's not going to incur massive additional costs, and it does give extra protection from the risk of damaging a pipeline that serves the whole of Barrow and Ulverston and beyond. Anyway. Oh, Dow. Okay, right. What should we do? Have a little blast down the other way. Right, let me just adjust my reins. Hold on, Dow. Hold on. I need to have a little control. Just a little is fine. Oh, Doutzen. Okay. Right, my saddle. We don't want any explosions because, that wouldn't be good. It would be game over for whoever's in the area. Oh, Dow, hold on. Okay. There we go. Let's pull up. That was a little faster than I anticipated, but it was great fun, I have to say. Oh, Dow. Oh, you are beautiful. She has the most amazing canter. The most amazing canter. I did let her go. There you go. I think she deserves lots of likes and love hearts on the screen for that. Oh, did you enjoy that? I enjoyed that as well. I didn't really have a lot of control. Well, I did. I could have stopped her if I wanted, but I might have had to have put the phone down. She is the new speed queen, isn't she, Jane? Ah, dear. Oh, she says that was such good fun. Such good fun. Right. Let's stop the whole head shaking now. Slay, Ophelia. Oh, I love it. Afternoon, Kim. Hi, Paul. Do we want to have another one down? Or should we go over here? Look, I'm just kind of ambling around, mooching around, not really paying attention to where I'm going. Right, where did I get my saddle? So the saddles that we use, they're actually, they're all second-hand ones. They're flare saddles, and these are actually ones made by Sue Carson. So we have them adjusted to suit each of the horses, and actually that's something I need to sort out if we're going to do more riding. But yeah, I'm a big fan of air-filled saddles. I think they're a lot more forgiving to the horses. And yeah, they seem to do well in them. I mean, I have to say, it's interesting because as many of you know, I don't ride Doutzen a huge amount. And one of the reasons I do a lot of work with her is to keep her back strong, because this part of her back here, she's a lot weaker in the right side of her back. And I know if I've not ridden her for a while, I actually end up getting a bit of a sore back as well on the right side, because if I don't carry myself well enough, and I have lost a little bit of core strength, then hold on, sorry, I'm just sorting my reins out. Doutzen, no, we'll go in a second. Then that affects my back. And you know, that's often the case when there's an imbalance in a horse. As a rider, you will pick up on that imbalance in your own body. No, Doutzen, we're going to walk for a second, and we'll go when I say we go. Do I shop at Lemure? All the horses have their own colours, and this is a Lemure saddle pad in Dijon, but I don't think they do the Dijon anymore. But they have a habit of bringing a colour out and then discontinuing it. Should we go again, Dow? Go on then. Go on then. You can go whatever speed you like. My little speed queen. Should we go and weave in and out of the pipeline? There we go. We might want to stop now because we're getting near the gate. Look, we can stop at the pipeline and show everybody what I talked about to myself and just to you earlier, Doutzen. Oh, there we go. Are you puffing now? Yeah? She loves it. Do you want to have a pick of grass for a minute? Get your breath back, have a pick of grass while I tell everyone what's going on here. If you can all still hear me. Dow, just have a mooch. So, over here, we have stakes in the ground, red ones and yellow ones. Now, the yellow one marks where this high pressure pipeline cuts across the field. The red ones are set at 3 metres either side of the pipeline, so that when the groundwork starts, Tony and Edward will know what area they can work within. So there's not going to be any deep excavation. A lot of it is going to be adding additional stone on here. And the building is going to be 14 metres away from where the pipeline sits. So the building is going to sit back over here where those 2 trees in the hedge are. So it's going to take around about 3 weeks for the groundwork to be done. There's drainage to put in, and Joe 90, who was here earlier, made a very good point. And in fact, as Tony said to me, he'd also raised the point a while ago, but I clearly not picked up on it, of getting some ducting across this pipeline now for if we ever want to put if we ever want to put, sorry, I was just distracted by a message there. If we ever want to put services in here for water or for electric, which we're not planning to do right now, but if we put some ducting across this part now, while we've got Cadent here to oversee the work, then it's something that we can add at a later stage. So if you've got any questions on this, then by all means do ask me, and I'll do my best to answer. I'm learning as I go along, because, you know, I don't know a lot about all this stuff. But thankfully, there's other people around who do and can guide me in the right direction. But, you know, it's one of those things, you know, we've got an overall project budget of, I'm thinking 100,000, you know, because the building itself, what did it come in at? Something like 71. But, you know, we've got an awful lot of stone to get in this area. There's an awful lot of work to do. And as is always the case with any project like this, you know, things can escalate. There can be unexpected costs. Obviously, we've got a lot of fencing to put in as well. We've got new gateways to do. And as I have done with other projects that we've done around the farm, I will give you a breakdown of all those costs so that you can all see where your funds are going. Doutzen, do you want to say hello to Nero? Lance, you've just connected again. Thank you for the explanation while you were explaining. You're very welcome. Hi, Linda. Thank you, Diane, for reminding everybody to hit the like button. Dow, do you want to say hello to Hidda? You're not feeling flirtatious today? Hidda is. Hidda always likes the girls. How are babysitting duties going, Hidda? Eh? I know. I think you're okay. Hidda was getting very tired out with Nero as well. But they'll come in again in a couple of days. Do I like TB? I'm assuming that you mean thoroughbreds. Well, they were always my thing in the early days because I was a massive... No, now we're going to have a walk down the road, darling. No, we're not going back up. We're going to have a walk down the road. So I always loved thoroughbreds, and as a horse, I love all animals. I did work in racing for a long time. Not something that I would ever do again. I'm not a fan of the racing world. That's not to say that I didn't enjoy my time in racing. I just have a different mindset. And so yeah, it's probably not a topic that I come to. It's just not for me. It's fine if it's for everybody else. Thoroughbreds in lots of ways are misunderstood, but then so are a lot of other animals. Mainly off-grid, what a beautiful place to ride. It really is. We're very, very lucky. Very lucky. Ophelia, I'm moving fields. Can you recommend one? Recommend what, a field or a thoroughbred? Not quite sure. Anyway, let's go and have... Oh no, we can't have a ride round the 9-acre field. Well, we could if I got off to do the gate, but I'm not going to. Sorry. There's some of our haylage. Because you're not going to be able to see them. They're a little bit off in the distance. Philip and Peter, who've helped us with our land for years and years, and they graze their sheep and sometimes some of their cows on the land. He's put some of his lambs in here. Mainly off-grid. Where are we? We're in Cartmel, in the Lake District, in the north of England. So we're in the southern part of the Lake District National Park. Let me see if I can zoom in on the little lammies. There's, for those who join our morning feed time, there's Muck Mountain, or our Muck Heap. Let's see if I can zoom in on the lammies. I don't know whether I can. Yeah, you can't really see them, but you can see Doutzen's ears really well there. Look, you get a close-up of Doutzen's ears. Let's see some of the little sheepies. There we go. Oh no, Doutzen is off. Well, I don't have hold of her, so look, she's got her reins. Doutzen's decided she wants to go home. Dow, that's quite rude. Shall we not? Shall we not? I think that's Doutzen telling me she'd like to go back to farm. Oh, sorry, Ophelia, you're buying another horse. Can you recommend a breed? Well, there's not really many other breeds that I would recommend other than a Friesian, of course, because I'm very biased. Dow does have beautiful ears, doesn't she? Very beautiful ears. So yeah, I can highly recommend Friesians. They're quite different to a lot of other horses, known for their looks, their movement and their temperament. For me, one of the key things is their temperament. They love people, they love attention. Yeah, Dow's in control, but you know, it's not, you know, some horses, if they do that, if they did that, they'd go into a little bit of a panic. But yeah, Dow wouldn't, Wren wouldn't, most of them wouldn't, just because I know them inside out and back to front, as you know, Diane. Anyway, there's some of our memorial trees. So those who don't know, who are joining for the first time, this is our memorial orchard, where the horses that we've lost over the years all have a tree to remember them by. That biggest one there is Ishka, who was one of my homebred mares, who died with a hereditary defect that affects quite a large number of the Friesian population, aortic pulmonary fistulation, which is basically a ruptured heart. And I have to say, we had some of her apples yesterday and they were rather lovely. So we've had some before the crows get them. Sorry, I'm missing comments here. Yes, Donna, she does know her own mind. Nero. Oh, Nero's trying the apples now. There's me saying that the crows are going to come and eat all the apples. I'm going to have to tell David off for not fencing wide enough around these trees. It was always going to happen. Are they tasty apples? You helping yourself? Nancy, your dream would be to move from here to that area so I could foster and have a garden orchard. That sounds lovely. Oh, look, he's thoroughly enjoying those. Well, it's better than the crows eating them, isn't it? Maria, will you be doing the Christmas ride through the village all lit up again this year? Last year was stunningly beautiful. Well, we don't do it with the carriage now because I've retired Annie from carriage driving. We might try and do something in lights, but I can't promise it right now. Christmas in Cartmel doesn't go on anymore, the big event. But, you know, we might. We'll see. We'll see what's going on in December, and maybe we'll get some lights on a number of the girls or boys and take them out. Nero is a smart boy. Just don't eat too many, Nero. And can you pick one for Hidda? Luckily he's got a long neck so he can reach, but I don't want him damaging this fencing. Wisdom's Dream, lovely accent, pretty landscape, beautiful horses, the tree tribute is touching. Well, thank you very much. Very nice of you. He is pruning. And in fact, somebody told me this morning on the live that we need to prune some of the apple trees at the back a little bit better. Otherwise, when they're older, they're going to split in half. So it's always useful to have a bit of advice from people who know. Jay will try and organise that, you know, but life seems to just get busier and busier. It's harder to fit things in. Do you know, today, 5 times I got Micah out to try and work her, and it started at 8 o'clock this morning. I said to Frey, right, I'm going to start with Micah, get her worked before the day kicks off, because I'm going to run out of time otherwise. 5 times. So if I wasn't being called to a meeting here or a meeting there, or somebody asking a question about this, or me having to show somebody about something else, it's just life. But I have now worked her, I'm glad to say. Part of it was because I had to go to the dentist today, which you didn't really need to know about, and Bailey had to go to the podiatrist. Again, you didn't need to know, but it kind of interrupted my day. And look, we've got Tamara and Frey there, and Woody. Hello. Hello. He's not even going to stop to talk. You could at least stop and say hello to everyone.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I'll reverse a little bit.
Oh, look, there's even little Millie in the back. Can you see Millie in the back? Little Millie Moo. Hello, Millie. And a Frey in there, who's been looking after everything today. She's got Woody. I can't see you, Frey.
I can't really see
There we go. Now you can see you. What exciting things have you been doing today, Tamara, other than sorting out blocked sewage pipes?
A little bit of painting in the cottage, moving some furniture around, picking up fencing, electric fencing, hooks.
Yeah.
And having my hair cut.
Very important. So you did some domestic stuff today, as well as me. Lorna says hi.
Hi, Lorna.
Anyway, right, I'll leave you in peace. Frey, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, thank you for today. Right.
Bye.
See you later. Bye. Yes, I haven't had much of a chance to catch up with Tamara today, but I will do later. Oh, Dow, are you tired now? Eh? I could walk you through Muddy Pool. Should we have a little walk through Muddy Pool? There you can see that is our conservation area that's fenced off just to improve the biodiversity in that area alongside the beck. But this track that I strimmed the other week goes down to where we're going to put the weeping willow tree that many of you donated towards for Mum and Dad as their memorial tree. So I'm hoping that the company that I've contacted have found a really lovely mature tree that we can get planted in there in the autumn so that it can become established over the winter. Jamie, amazing the amount of stuff that's going on at the farm. You know, thanks to some wonderful, wonderful people, our community, various sponsors who've helped us out with all sorts of things. We are very, very blessed. Very blessed. Doutzen doesn't want to walk through Muddy Pool. Dow, should we just have a little amble through Muddy Pool? Yeah, just to show people things from a slightly different angle. Hello, Editat. Welcome to anybody who's new. Look, you can see how wet it gets in here. At least Vince didn't get stuck there. I did tell him that was a wet part. So it looks a little tidier than it was. We don't tend to graze this bit very much, but I have to say that this always brings back some rather bad memories for me in here, because it was in this field that Siska, who was Anya's daughter, she was out here with Anya and with Hida at the time, and 1 minute she was grazing, she was absolutely fine, and 20 minutes later she was dead on the floor. Pretty much around about here, this spot here. And she'd also suffered with that condition that I said to you that Ishka had suffered with, but whereas Ishka, you didn't know that she'd got a ruptured heart because she was slowly bleeding to death. With Siska, it was very, very sudden, and it literally ruptured. And she passed away, and it was awful because she was only 4 years old. Annie, her mum, was there. She witnessed the whole thing. And it's, you know, the reason why I've never bred a Friesian again. And it's not because I don't want to bring more Friesians into this world. I just took the view that I would far rather look after the ones that are here already. That, you know, when you breed a horse, when you breed any animal, they're coming into the world and they're here for however many years. And you hope with a Friesian that it's 20 plus. And there's so many that get pushed from pillar to post, certainly as they get older, or they get injuries or issues that mean that they can't be worked in the traditional sense. If I can spend my time looking after any that are in need or not wanted for whatever reason, then I think that's a far better use of my time. It's a very considerate driver. We are very lucky. Thank you very much. Thank you, you're right. Will there be any more open days this year? Kim, I would love to say that there would be, but I just can't even organise my day at the moment, let alone organise some other open days. Maybe we will try and get some friendship days popped in before the end of the year. Certainly it's something that I want to push more for next year. We do our best, don't we, Diane, to look after everybody as well as we can. I'm not quite sure who that is. It's somebody in a car. Don't know who we're expecting. Jay, I don't blame you for not breeding. Again, your sanctuary is wonderful for Friesians that are not wanted for any reason. Thank you, Jay. Oh, of course I know who this is. It's Kaz. Our lovely Kaz, one of our fabulous volunteers. Carol, you've just sat down watching this while drinking your Spanish ice latte. Oh, how nice. I only heard about Spanish ice lattes the other day. There's Kaz. Kaz is wonderful. She's been one of our longest standing volunteers. Oh, the cat's food's arrived. Must come and pick that up. How's the new sign coming along? I need to chase that. That's another thing I need to do. Maybe I'll get around to doing that tomorrow. There's just not enough hours in the day. There's really not. And Frey has been brilliant. She takes on so much of the admin for me. She's even been updating all the risk assessments. I do have I hate to call it, because I don't like to think of anybody as staff, but a staff training manual. But with Molly due to start with us in September, that all needed updating. So she's been doing that. So that's one of the reasons actually why I was a little bit late for the live, because I desperately needed to catch up with Frey over lots of different things. But yeah, maybe I should just stop doing all the lives and do a bit more of my admin. But then wouldn't that be boring for all of you? I like taking you out on lives. It's far easier for me than having to go into all the boring things, all the admin. Who likes admin? But yeah, it is kind of essential. Right, Doutzen, you going to come through? Come on then, you look a bit dishevelled now. You do look dishevelled. Live over admin. I agree, Diane. It is super Frey. She is brilliant. Oh, I so want to take you in here. Shall I try and do it? Because there's lovely little birdies in there. Little baby birdies. No, I better not. Doutzen, can you go to the tie-up points, please? Doutzen, you're going the wrong way. Doutzen's off. I'd have missed the live if I'd started on time. Kim, well, I'm glad that I started late, and then it froze. Nancy, did Kaz get a hat? I'm pretty sure Kaz got a hat. I will double check with her. Doutzen, sweetheart, where are you going? Are you just stopping there? Oh, she had Jay. You're absolutely right. Frey is, yeah. It's so lovely, you know, to see everyone who's blossomed and grown here at the farm over the years. You know, from Jodie, who was here when she was just turning 18, and she's 30 today. And to see what she's doing with her life and what she's done and the whole journey she's gone through, from, you know, being a little bit worried about the horses, how she learnt with the riding. She even ended up doing a bit of carriage driving. She's got such a great understanding of animals and their care. And now she's got her own National Trust farm that she's moved on to this week with her partner Phil. She's expecting her first baby. Yeah, it's really, really lovely. It makes me very proud. Right, I'm going to just take your tack off. Doutzen, if you'd stopped at the tie-ups, I'd actually got my little phone stand there that I could have put my phone in so that I could do this with both hands. But that's okay, Doutzen, don't mind me. I'll just work around you. Maybe she was doing this because it's easier for me to have the tack here to get back into the tack room. I don't have to walk so far. It's a little difficult to do it one-handed though. Bear with me. You can look at her gorgeous face, her gorgeous profile. Oh, look, we've got Annie here. Annie's come in for scratches. You look very dishevelled, my darling. Oh, I'm dropping my saddle. Sorry for the very dodgy filming. And look, we've got... I'm going to have to put my saddle down. Look, we've got Micah as well. Doutzen, don't disappear. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Right. Sorry. Right, let's take Doutzen's bridle off. And then, because I want to put her down in the field, what she's going to do is she's going to go off free reining with everybody else now and disappear up the top, just so that you get a night free reining up here rather than having to go back down with the other girls. Let's take that off. There you go. Look at that gorgeous face. Shall I go and get you an apple and a carrot? Oh, it's a big yawn. Was that hard work? Ophelia, I don't think Tracy has a favourite competition and doesn't compete now. No, I don't compete. I'm not a fan of the competing world. Been there, done it, bought the t-shirt. Not my thing. Crystal, you've been cleaning lots of tack. Can you come and clean our tack, please? Because we haven't cleaned our tack for a while. We're a little bit bad. Right, Doutzen. I'm going to go and get you... What would you like, apple or carrot? Oh, there's a clegg. We don't like cleggs. Here's Micah over here. Have a look at Micah, who I've sat on for the third time today because she'd not been ridden for nearly 18 months. So I'm just trying to get her, change her mindset slightly of when I get on and get her a little bit more relaxed than she used to be. And yeah, she was really good today, even though it took me 5 attempts to actually get her worked. Doutzen's now disappeared over to the hay bar. Annie's munching grass over there. We've got Nika and Ren in here. Those who are joining us for the first time, we do just let some of our horses free rein round the yard. We put a lot of trust in them. And in turn, they put a lot of trust in us. And then we've got little Smurfy, Frey's gorgeous little pony, Print. Hey, Princey. Where's your girlfriend? Eh? His girlfriend is Annie. He adores Annie. Oh, thanks, Diane. You did clean the tack for the last friendship day, so that's not that long ago. That's quite a while ago, Diane, isn't it? But it's not like we use it a huge amount, is it? Crystal, where's our farm and what's its name? Well, the farm is called Greenbank Farm. We're in Cartmel, in the north of England, in Cumbria, on the southern tip of the Lake District National Park. Now, I'm just going to prop you here for a second, I think. I'm going to try. Let's see if I can do this without dropping the phone. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's worked. I might be able to just prop you there for a second while I... Ooh, you don't want to look at me. While I just put the tack away. So you can just watch them for a minute and I'll be back with you in a second. Right, I'm back. I'm back. What else do you want to see? Let me turn you round again. Hold on. There we go. What else would anyone like to see while I've got you on? Let me have a look at comments. Crystal, you're in Newcastle, not too far. Yes, you'll have to come over for a visit. I'm competing tomorrow. That's also another reason we clean my tack today. It looks very clean. Well, it's very important when you're going out for a competition. You have to have nice clean tack. Thank you, Melissa. I love your videos and I've watched them a long time. Well, it's lovely to see you on here. And I know, you know, a number of you are silent viewers and that's absolutely fine. It's great to see comments, great to see names, but I know that not everybody is comfortable to do that. And if you don't want to comment, you know, even if you can just hit the like button, it's lovely to see those popping up on the screen. And it's nice to have more subscribers to share what we do. And it is just literally everyday life here at the sanctuary, where we just try, with your help, to give all of these horses the very best life that we can. It's a bit hit and miss what we get to include each day, because every day is different, but pretty much every day is governed by the horses and what makes them happy and healthy. Crystal, would you clean Tack in this live or not? In this live or in this life? Yeah, we could do a Tack cleaning live if you think that would be interesting. Hello, Coral. Of course you can have a shout out. I'm glad you think the horses are cute. Jamie, how's Michael's back? Has he been told it's not timely to be flaring, poor guy? Well, he was in this afternoon, and I actually had to get another back protector because he was using mine. And if you caught what I said earlier about Doutzen, I'm sorry. Annie, do not go and stick your head in the static doorway. Annie, that's really rude. Isis is living in there at the moment, and I need to say to her that she needs to stop giving them treats, because Annie just goes and gate crashes. And if she knows that she's going to get treats, she'll just be more demanding. Oh well, she's not climbing in there yet, so I think they're fine. What was I saying? Yes, so Doutzen, as she's come back over here, Doutzen, you can see, has actually a very dipped back. It's her weakness, and it's why, if I do this, she rounds her back up. She's particularly weak in this area here. Sorry, excuse my dodgy nails. And what happens is, if I don't carry myself level enough, then my right hip drops down a little bit on this side, and then that in turn affects my back. So she ends up with a bad back and I end up with a bad back. So I have to be very conscious of that. So because Michael had my back protector, I had to get another one. He did offer to give me mine back, but he also said it was very dirty and sweaty, so I didn't really want it back, to be honest. But no, I think he's doing better. He's still been doing block work today, so that's okay. Crystal, if I came over, would I be able to meet the horses and stuff? Of course you could. We actually do meet the horses tours, which are an hour long. You can come along. We take you around to meet everyone, tell you a bit more about them. You even get to go in Arthur the Polaris, who is round here somewhere. And it's like going on safari. So again, Arthur the Polaris was thanks to our wonderful community. Thanks to Jamie for getting that GoFundMe up and running. And thanks to one of our very generous anonymous sponsors, we managed to get this, which is great for taking people down to the fields and meeting the horses, especially people who are not as agile and not able to move around as well. So, sorry, it's a little bit grubby at the moment. But if you've watched some of our lives, then you'll know we do the feeding time live. And you can go down into the field, sit in here, feel safe and protected, yet still chat to the horses through the front window or through the side windows. Somebody's asked about jumping. Doutzen is actually an exceptional jumping mare. I don't jump a lot these days. I have taken her jumping over the years, but to be honest, I don't have the time to do it now, and it's not a majorly important thing. But she did clear a 5-bar gate several months ago after Woody chased her through here, which I wasn't very happy about. But yep, absolutely, Paul. Nero did jump out of his stable, although he got stuck halfway when he first came. Thank you, Diane, for answering that. 15 Friesians, 2 ponies, 2 pet sheep, a couple of dogs. Ophelia is a cob and ice horse. All horses are nice, you know, and there'll be a variety of temperaments in all horses and all ponies. I'll follow you through to the hay hole. Doutzen's gone to the hay hole now. This is our hay hole where Annie's usually hiding. Little Princey's come up. So yeah, I think all horses are kind, but you have to learn to understand them, and they're all individual characters and temperaments, no different to different people, you know, and it's learning to understand them. You know, Prince has been a grumpy old man most of his life, but as he's aged, he quite likes people. And in fact, he was lovely with a group of kids that were here the other day. But he was a riding school pony, and he probably got very disillusioned with people because he had so many different people riding him, that they lose faith in human beings. And then you've got Doutzen. She's a very gentle, quiet mare. She's subtly evasive. She's a big flirt. She's definitely one for the boys. She's quite opinionated. Sorry, hold on. Can you recommend a pony breed? Well, I don't know enough about them. I think for me, it's about, if I was looking to get a horse now, I would never buy unseen. I would go and see various different ones and look for the one that immediately you think, I've got a connection with you. Regardless of what their history is, there has to be that connection. Because I've known people over the years who've gone and bought horses because they look lovely in pictures, or they've bought them from overseas, and then they meet them and there's not that instant connection. When I first went over to the Netherlands to buy my first Friesians, I saw hundreds and hundreds of them, and they were all beautiful horses. But when Drommy, who's not here anymore, he was one of my first stallions, he literally just walked out of the stable and I knew straight away he was the one. You know, it was that instant connection that you just know. So go with your gut instinct on a horse. And if there's anything that you're really not sure of, obviously from a health point of view, get it vetted. But you have to have an understanding between you, and then you need to build on that relationship with whatever horse it is. And if you can do that together, then most horses, if they understand what you're asking of them, they will do anything for you. I agree, Connemara's are lovely. Connemara's are the ponies that I learnt to carriage drive with originally. Ophelia, can we give the horses watermelon? We do. Some like it, some don't. You've just reminded me that I haven't actually gone and got Doutzen a treat. So thank you for that reminder. Sorry, Doutzen, I will go and get you an apple now. I'm going to take you into our feed room. Hopefully not lose connection. Got carrots and apples in here, thanks to everybody who donates them off our wish. So we've got some apples here. Carrots don't do so well at this time of year, but look, we've actually even got watermelon there. So I'll tell you what, as we've got one, I will take a slice out of it. Bear with me. And see if Doutzen wants some. This is going to be quite difficult to cut while I've got the phone in my hand. Hold on, let me see if I can do it. Hold on, let me just prop the phone up. Sorry for that dodgy bit of filming. Let's just get that out of the way. We'll get Doutzen a little bit of watermelon. See what she thinks of it. They're very lucky. They get all sorts of things donated to them. Clementines, apples, carrots. Right, let's take her a bit of watermelon, a bit of carrot. Oh, pussycats are here. Do you want to see the pussycats? There's Twix. Hey, Twix. You've had food, but I did see that your bag of dry food has arrived, so I will go and get that for you. Karima, you love this live. Well, thank you very much. We like doing them. Hello, Twixie. Hello. Hello. I'm not going to do you another pouch now. Her and Dee, her buddy, have lots of tasty pouches donated by Peg, who's one of our wonderful patrons. For those who don't know what our patrons are those of you who very, very kindly go onto our website and sign up to be a monthly patron to help support the day-to-day care of all the horses. And we couldn't do what we do without them. Doutzen, what do you think of watermelon? You not fan of it? No, I don't think Doutzen's going to do watermelon. Let's see if Neeky News does watermelon. What do you think? You're not particularly fussed. Yes, Doutzen, there's a carrot under my arm. You can get it in a minute. Do you want to try the watermelon? No? Okay, right. We'll leave that up there for Nika. She's going to drop it on the floor now. Very difficult to do this one-handed. Doutzen, have a carrot instead. There you go. She's preferring the soaked haylage. Here we go. Carrot. There we go. Right, let me see if somebody else is going to want the watermelon. It's like bananas. Some of them like bananas and others don't. Who can we try? Let's see if Prince likes watermelon. I think he had some the other day. I really am going to have to end this live soon because it's 6 o'clock. I need to go and cook some dinner. Right, Prince. Sorry, you've got haylage on the watermelon as well. Do you want to try it? He made a ripe meal of a banana the other day that you might have seen in a short. Oh, yep, the watermelon's going down well with Prince. You're going to make a big mess of that as well. That's all right. You all just make a mess everywhere for us to clear up, don't you? We spend most of our life clearing up after them. But that's fine. They're worth it. Yeah, I think he's rather enjoying that. He's even eating the skin. I'm going to leave you with that. Yeah, I'm going to leave you with that and take the apple back over to Doutzen. And then, as I say, I really must end the live because there's lots I should be doing this evening. Hello, Strideaway. Yes, you love Prince and his banana. Right, there you go. Go, an apple. Oh, is that nice? Here we've got Ren. Ren, do you want a bit of apple? There you go. Don't drop it. Bit of carrot, Neeky News. For those that don't know, Nika has a rotated pedal bone at the moment, which is why she's in here on that 1 foot without a shoe on. So she and Doutzen are on restricted diets, so they get soaked haylage every day because the rotation of the pedal bone comes from a condition called laminitis, for those that don't know about it. And we're basically waiting for her foot to grow. I don't have anything else, sweetheart. So that Chris, our farrier, can trim it to an angle so that the pedal bone ends up back in the right position. Right, that's it. I am going to end now on these two beautiful girlies. The original Speed Queen Wren over there on the right. Sorry, Elliot, I know that you're back again, but I'm about to end this live. Thank you, everybody, whether you've joined this live this evening or our feeding live in the morning. Welcome to all new subscribers. Thank you for all the likes, all the comments. And I'm going to be cheeky and say, if you want to help us out with the girls' turnout, we've got a way to go on that campaign for as many people to be involved as possible. So please do head over to the GoFundMe page, and if you are able to contribute, that would be fantastic. If you can't, then just share it with anyone who you think might be interested in being part of the whole journey. Thank you again, and no doubt we'll see you all again soon. Bye from me and bye from all these beautiful Friesians.